If you've ever wanted to quickly pick random objects in Blender without manually clicking each one, this tutorial is going to help a lot. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to select random objects in Blender using the built-in Select Random tool, how the ratio works, and how to change the seed to get a different random result each time. This is super useful for scene variation, randomized layouts, scattered props, and any workflow where you want Blender to make the decision for you. And if this video helps, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Blender tutorials just like this. Now let's jump in. First, you need to select the objects you want Blender to choose from. You can do this by pressing A to select everything in your scene, or you can select a specific group of objects if you only want random selection from part of your scene. For example, if you want all cubes, you can use Shift+G and choose Type, then select Cubes, so Blender highlights only those objects. Once your target objects are selected, look up to the top of the 3D viewport and open the Select menu. In that menu, choose Select Random. As soon as you click it, Blender will apply a random selection to the objects you currently have highlighted. At this point, you'll notice a small menu appear in the bottom left corner of the viewport. This is where you can control the random selection settings. The first option is Ratio. Ratio controls how many of the selected objects remain selected after the random operation. So if you set the ratio to 0.5, Blender will select roughly 50% of the objects you started with. If you set it to 0.1, Blender will only keep around 10% selected. This is really helpful when you want a small randomized subset instead of a large one. If you want more objects selected, increase the ratio. If you want fewer, lower it. The next important setting is Seed. Seed changes the random pattern Blender uses. In simple terms, it's like rolling the dice again. If you keep the same ratio but change the seed number, Blender will give you a different random selection result. That means you can keep trying different seeds until you get a pattern you like. This is especially useful when you want a more natural or less repetitive layout in your scene. For example, if you're working on a city setup, a forest, or a scattered object arrangement, random selection helps you quickly vary which objects you transform, delete, hide, or assign materials to. And because Blender gives you the ratio and seed controls right after the command, it's fast to test different combinations without starting over. One thing to remember is that Select Random only works on the objects or elements that are already selected, so always make sure your starting selection is correct before running the command. If you select the wrong group first, the random result will only apply to that group, so the workflow is simple. Select the objects you want to choose from, go to Select, click Select Random, adjust the ratio for how many you want, and change the seed if you want a new random pattern. Once you understand that, you can use this tool in all kinds of Blender projects to speed up your work and create more variation with less effort. If this tutorial saved you time, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Blender tips, shortcuts, and beginner-friendly tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.